with A.W.E. And today I'm going to be working with you, my young artist explorers, to create a text or a word collage. You'll see on my screen that I have an example of a text collage that I've created using the online website A.W.E.com. I want to bring your attention to some of the objects that I've included in my landscape here. So instead of a tree, I've actually created the word tree, and in that similar style, I have branches coming off as well as leaves. I've also included to label some of my work, like my cloud and my bush here as well. And I'm going to show you a really handy tool in our A.W.E.com website so that you can create other animals and other objects to fill up your collage. All right, let's get started. The first thing we're going to need to do is to go to A.W.E.com. You'll see on my page that I'm starting with a blank canvas here. So you can decide what kinds of scene that you would like to create for your own art making. I think today I'm going to be working on a beach scene. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is to lay down some colors in our background area here. And I'm going to do that by clicking on the left-hand side of my toolbar, my shape option. I'm actually going to start off with a rectangle, so I'll start with my square icon here. And I want to make sure that I'm using the correct color. I'm going to create kind of a beach scene, so I'm going to need some peach for a nice sandy tan color. So I'm going to start off with my rectangle here. I do have this paint bucket option, so if I click inside of my rectangle here, there we go. So I have that whole area filled in. I'm going to do that exact same thing to create my sky as well as the water. So I'm going to go back to my shape. I just created a nice blue, and my water area is going to be right here along the beach. Go ahead, fill that area in, and I'm going to do that one more time with a nice sky blue. So just drag that cursor and then use my paint bucket to fill. All right, so now that I kind of have my basic background area here, I'm going to think about different objects or things that I would find on the beach. So here's where we can start to include some text. If I go over on the left-hand side here and I click the T, that's going to bring up my text. Now, I can decide on a different kind of font, and I can also decide on the size, but I have another little trick to show you how to change that size. So I can click anywhere on here. I'm going to change my color though, and I'm going to put an umbrella because we want to protect ourselves from the sun on the beach. So I'm going to create the word umbrella. Now my umbrella usually goes into the sand, so what I'm going to want to do is actually change the direction of my word. So if I click on this blue dot right here and I turn my cursor, I can actually turn my words. Okay, so I'm going to have my umbrella stand right here. Okay. To fill in a little bit more of the shape of the umbrella up here, I can also include some more text. So I can include another word, umbrella. Now I can go ahead and make my text a little bit smaller just by clicking one of my squares in the corner, and I can also make it larger by pulling away, making it a little bit bigger. I can also kind of squeeze that word together a little bit more if I needed to. Make it a little bit taller. And then I can move it into place. All right, so when I go to the beach here in Milwaukee, I notice a lot of birds. So I'm going to include the text word bird. I'm going to find a different color to use. I see a lot of seagulls, so I'm going to use the color white. I'm going to make that a little bit smaller because I'm going to put my bird in the sky in my background area, and I'm going to turn it because I want it to represent the shape of a bird. So I'm going to do that one more time. Click on my text option, create the word bird. I'm going to make that a little bit smaller here, just by clicking on my square, turning that, and now I have a bird in the sky. So I showed us some options to create our text. I showed us how to create some different shapes for our background space here. The next thing I want to do is to show you this really cool feature on Auto Draw. So it actually is called your Auto Draw option. So it's the first pencil here with the little sparkles around it. So if I click on that pencil, it's a very special pencil. What I can do is I can start to draw an object. So anything I can think of that's on the beach. How about, I'm going to try drawing a shell. So I'm going to draw kind of a scallop shell. Once I click off, you're going to see a whole bunch of different options pop up here. What Auto Draw is doing right now is it's trying to guess what you are drawing. So if I look at the top, I see some clouds, I see a party hat, I don't want that. But look, Auto Draw figured out that I was trying to draw a seashell. So if I click on that, it's going to replace my drawing with a clip art option instead. Okay? So I can go ahead and click on that. I can make it small, I can make it big, I could change the color if I wanted to. Okay? A lot of different options. So you could incorporate your text. You can also include different drawings as well. I definitely encourage you to play around with your different tools you'll find on the left-hand side here and explore that Auto Draw feature a little bit more as well. All right, the last thing we're going to want to do once we have a completed work of art is we're going to want to save our work. So if I click on those 3 lines again, it's going to bring up some different options. So I can go to download, and it'll automatically save it for you in your downloads folder. You can always go back into that folder and rename that too. It's been a pleasure working with you today, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Once again, my name is Morgan from A.W.E, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!